Hi guys, so in previous class we have completed data conversion and derived column. Okay, let's move forward. I'll start SQL Server data tools and I will open SSIS demo project. Okay, let's move forward. Right click on SSIS package, create a new package. I will take a data flow task. Okay, double click on this and I will today we are going to discuss about a transformation known as lookup. Okay, so what do you mean by lookup? For example, you have we have data in the table. Okay, and daily new files are coming from the client want to dump only unique records into the table. Those files may contain duplicate data or unique rows, but it depends, we have to check that. Okay, so what do you mean by lookup? So if you can understand the VLOOKUP functionality in Excel, you will come to know lookup in SSIS. So let's go ahead in Excel and see this functionality. What is VLOOKUP? So that you can get an idea how lookup works internally in SQL Server. Okay, that will give you a basic idea. Okay, let's go to the Excel. I will go and open an Excel file and I will try to copy uh, enrollment number and candidate name. Let me copy this in new Excel file, paste it here. Okay, let me close that file. Let me delete this. Okay, let me copy these two records from here and two records from here, two records from here. Now if there are millions of how you are going to get associated candidate name out of this. Okay, so for this you can apply VLOOKUP. What you are going to do, I will type VLOOKUP and I will go to function. It is asking for lookup value. Okay, so lookup value will be, this is the lookup value. Okay, I'm looking for this value, right? So let me take this value. Okay, now second thing is table array. Where you want to look all these things, I want to look in these fields. Okay, so I will take table array as, wait, I have to come here and table array. Okay, taken table array. Now third point is what is the column index number? You want to know candidate name of associated element number. So this is at index 1 and this is at index 2. Okay, so column index is 2 from that enrollment number. Okay, so let me put 2 there. Okay, then lookup range. What do you mean by lookup range? Lookup range means look for a value almost left of the column. So lookup range means if you will type false, then it will be exact match. Okay, you can see find an exact match equals to false. So I will type false here and click on OK. So you got an data associated with it. Okay, so what I mean to say, you are taking this enrollment number which is unique in all the columns on all the rows, and getting the data which is associated with this enrollment number. In the similar way, you will do this thing into lookup in SSIS. So what I will do, I will take Excel source, double click on this, click on new, browse, and I will take the same file, BBT enrollment candidate report. Let me show you the file. So it contains all these records of the candidates which are getting trained from Apollo group. Okay, let me close this and let me take this file as an input. Click on OK. I will take the sheet from here, columns, click on OK. Now I will connect it to lookup. So I will double click on lookup, and first of all, before going forward, you should know what are these cache modes. So how many types of memory is there in the system? First is cache memory and second is main memory. So cache memory is known as RAM. I'm sorry. Main memory is known as hard disk. Okay. So try to understand there are three cache modes. If your data is in small size, for example, if your data is 2 GB, 5 GB, 8 GB, 10 GB, so you can take a full cache mode. So it will take the whole data into cache memory, then it will compare it with the reference table, and then it will dump it to the destination. Second thing, if you have data in medium size, for example 20 GB, 50 GB, 100 GB, 200 GB, then in that case you can take partial cache. So if it will take few data and it will compare it with the reference table and it will dump it to the destination, and then it will take another few data and then it will do the same thing. Third one is no cache. When your data is too much large and you want to do row by row operation, so you can take one by one row operation, so you can take no cache for it. Okay, this is all cache mode. So it depends on the size of the data what you need to use. Okay, second is connection type. So connection type is cache connection manager and OLEDB connection manager. So OLEDB connection manager, you already know, when we are connecting it to table. Okay, any table, SQL Server or other database table, then you can use OLEDB connection manager. I will tell you what is cache connection manager in coming classes. Okay, third option is specify how to handle rows with no matching entries. What do you mean by that? Specify how to handle rows with no matching entries means, no matching entries means unique rows. How you are going to handle these unique rows? So what I will do, I will select and redirect rows to no match output. That means I want only unique rows to be redirected to no match output, which I will choose by myself. Okay, this is done. Let me go to the second tab, connection. Now it is asking for OLEDB connection manager. Let me click on new, new. I will search for the server name. I will take a server name from the drop down list and I will take a database name from here. Let me take demo Piyush. Okay, test connection equals to success. Okay, click on OK. Click on OK. Now it is asking for table or view. So try to understand. I will take the same table which as a destination table, because I need to compare the data with the destination table. If the data exists, it will not dump the record. If data do not exist, it will dump the record. Okay, so I have to compare it with the destination table. So reference table and destination table will be same in my case. So let me take a destination table as conditional split female SSIS demo. So guys, if you remember, we have done a previous class on this transformation conditional split, and we have done the data only female records got into the SSIS conditional split female SSIS demo. Okay, so what I am going to do now, I will apply lookup into that, and I will take this table as the reference table and destination table. So what data will come into this now? It only mail records will come now. Okay, so let me go to columns, and I need to choose a unique column here, as I've chosen your enrollment number in that case in the Excel, because it was unique and it gave me the rest of the row. Similarly, it will check for the unique row unique data according to that. So enrollment number, I will connect this enrollment number to this enrollment number. Okay, and I will pass it on. Okay, let me click on OK. So we have done lookup, we have configured lookup here. Let me try to take a destination now. Already destination, I will connect this blue path to the solid destination. The output will be lookup no match output. Okay, click on OK, double click on this. Again, I will take the destination table as a reference table, which is conditional split female SSIS demo. Let me go to the mappings. Mappings are there. Click on OK. Before running this, let's see how many records are there in the conditional split female SSIS demo. Laptop 1000. So there are 32 rows. You can see there are 32 rows, and all will be female. Let's go and see the gender column. See, these are all females. Okay, all females. Let me go there and let me try to run this package now. Okay, so you can see 38 rows came from the input, and it got dumped into the out. Only 22 rows got dumped into the output. That means we already have 32 rows in the table, and 22 rows also got dumped into the table. That means 54 rows should be now. Let me execute the table. So you can see all 54 rows got into the table. The combination of male and female. See, male are came here. Okay. I hope you understood the concept of lookup. This is one of the very important transformation in SSIS. Okay. Try to practice it as much you can. Okay. Let me go ahead and see one more transformation. Let me rename it. I will rename it to lookup. Okay. Let me right click on SSIS package and new package, and I will name it as data flow task. I will take, and I will take a aggregate transformation. Okay. So what do you mean by aggregate? Aggregate means any kind of any kind of group by operation, count, distinct all, sum. So all these transformation can be all these functions can be applied on SQL Server tables and by SQL Server queries. But if you want to apply all these situation, all these functions in the data which is contained in Excel sheet, you can do that with the help of aggregate transformation. So let me take a Excel file here, double click on this, click on new, browse, and I will take aggregate input, click on OK. Let me take sheet 1 from here, go to columns, name, department, salary and location. Let me go back and show you the file first. So this is the file. It contains name, department, salary and location. Okay. So for example, I want to see the sum of salary according to the department. So I will connect it to aggregate transformation and I will use department which can be group by. So group by means it will sum the salary according to the department. Then I will take sum of salary here. Okay, click on OK. Let me take a derived column to show you the output at the runtime. I am not storing it anywhere. Okay, I will take enable data viewer. Let me save it. Let me try to run it. So we have got this output. You can observe we have got 7 rows in the source, but only 3 rows came into the destination. Why is it so? Because we have done group by according to the department. There are 3 departments: support, R&D, bench, and R&D. So support have got 1 lakh, bench have got 30,000, and R&D have got 1,30,000. Let's go back to the Excel sheet and see what is the state. Okay, so R&D, there are 2 records of R&D, 50,000 and 80,000, which makes 1,30,000. Okay, second is support is having 4,000, 3,000 and 3,000, which makes it 1 lakh. Okay, third is bench. It contains 1,000 and 2,000, 20,000, 10,000, which makes it 30,000. So our results are correct there. You have got okay 10 1 lakh 30,000 and 1 lakh 30,000. Okay, this is all about aggregate. Click on stop the execution. So we have seen lookup transformation and aggregate transformation. Let me right click on this and rename the package as aggregate. Okay, okay. Let me save this and let's move forward. So till now we are done with aggregate, conditional split, data conversion, derived column, lookup. Okay, now we are going to see 2 more transformations, that is sort and merge. So what do you mean by sort, guys? Sort is a transformation which is used for sorting the alphabet column according to alphabetically or numerically ascending or descending. So I will take a data flow task and I will use a sort transformation. So let me take Excel source. Now click on this new. I will take the same file. Click on OK. Enrollment candidate report columns. Click on OK. Connect it to sort. Double click on this. So I want the whole data should be sorted according to the candidate name, which should be in ascending order. Okay. Click on OK. Let me take derived column and show you the output. Save it and run it. Let me expand it. You can see candidate name got sorted alphabetically. Akash, Ajay, Akansha, Anil, okay, A to Z. Okay, this is sort transformation. Let me take a new package and introduce you with last transformation for the day, which is sort transformation. Okay, let me take a data flow task and I will use merge. So what do you mean merge? Merge means merging two things together. Okay. So let me take two sources. Let me take one Excel source and second flat file source. I want to merge the data from two different sources. So how can I do that? I can do that with the help of merge. So I will double click on Excel source, click on new, browse, and I will take aggregate input as a file. Sheet 1 is the columns are name, department, salary, and location. Now I will take flat file source, click on new, browse, and I will take aggregate input as flat file. It also contains name, department, salary, and location. Click on OK. Go to columns, click on OK. Now let me try to map it with merge transformation. Click on OK, double click on this. So there it have given an error. So what is the error? The input merge input 1 and the input merge input 2 have sort key position assigned to their columns incorrectly. That means the source which you are using are not sorted. So there is a prerequisite to use merge transformation that all the source both the source should be sorted. Okay, so let me take sort transformation here. One more, let me connect it to sort. Double click on this. I will take name as sending, click on OK. Again I will connect to this. The sorting should be done on a common column, so at least one column should be common both the sources. Let me connect it to merge input 1, click on OK. Connect to merge input 2. So again now to map it, it is showing ignore in the right hand side. Let me click on this name. So again this gave an error at data flow task. Metadata for merge input to column name does not match with the metadata of associated output column. That means metadata means data about data. Indirectly that means data type. Okay, so let me click on OK. Let me see the data type of name, DTWSTR, department, DTWSTR, salary, double precision float, and location, DTWSTR. Click on OK. I will disconnect this second path, delete merge, delete sort, and I will take data conversion first. Connect it to data conversion, double click on this. I will take each and every column and I will map it. I will convert it to DTWSTR, DTWSTR, double precision, float, DTWSTR. Click on OK. I will use sort transformation again. Connect it to sort. Double click on this. Copy of name. Okay. Click on OK. Now I will use merge transformation here. Connect to merge. Merge input 1. Okay. Connect to merge. Now what I will map here copy of column, copy of department, copy of salary, and copy of location. Let me right click on this and delete. Okay, click on OK. I will take a derived column again, connect to derived column, right click on this, Enable data view. Let me save this. We run this. So guys, try to understand. We have got 7 rows from first input and 5 rows from second input. 7 plus 5, 12 rows we have got here, and this is the output. It contains, it has merged both the data from different sources. Okay, I hope you understood the class. We are done with, we have done today lookup, merge, sort, and aggregate. Okay, so try to practice all these transformations, and then we will meet in next class and move forward. Thank you for taking the class.